Well, I'm super excited today. I'm joined by Michelle Strutzenberger, who is one of the contributors to a new anthology published by InScribe Press. The anthology is called Creativity and Chaos: Artistic Endeavors for Trying Times. Hi, Michelle.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Yes, and it's lovely to meet you. I've never met you before, but you are an InScribe member and you live in Ontario, is that right?
I do, yes, Peterborough, Ontario.
Wow, that's great. It's nice to have representation from across the country. So, I see that you've got a piece in the anthology, and if my information is correct here, your piece is called "The Redemption of a Text Message."
That's right, yes.
That is a very intriguing title. So, can you, without spoilers, can you just tell
Mhm.
us briefly kind of what is that reflection about?
Uh, so I was considering the theme of the anthology, creativity and chaos, artistic endeavors for trying times. So just reflecting on that, thinking, do I want to contribute or not? And also praying. I always pray about what I'm going to write, especially in recent years. um, so through that, an experience came to mind from the COVID pandemic, where my mother had passed away early on in the pandemic. And so the more I thought about that chaotic or tumultuous, anguished time of anguish for myself and my family, um, the more I also recalled what had helped me cope in that time. And so it seemed to relate quite well to the theme of the book. So I thought that's what I'm going to write about.
Yes, I have to say, I was on the part of the committee as submissions were coming in, and I recall reading your piece actually, and it was very moving. Um, and I think it does. It really reflects well, like the whole concept. I think the whole idea for this anthology sort of came out of the experiences that we've had because of COVID, and then just the trying times, if you will, that have continued on
Mm-hmm.
since that time. The last 4 years have been difficult for a lot of people, and certainly in your case, that's a poignant example of that. But I what a great idea, like to think about, well, how did this affect me? And what about the creativity? I know you mentioned a little bit that writing for you is kind of your creative outlet. So do you do, like, what other writing do you do?
Um, well, to be honest, I've dabbled in a lot of different genres, um, which I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing, but that's where I've been drawn. So I've done some fantasy writing. Um, I've been working on a blog recently, nonfiction, but I've also started a fiction novel. Um, so yeah, I just like to try different genres. Again, always praying. And that just because I pray about it doesn't mean that it's necessarily a great success or I get amazing feedback. Um, but I'm choosing to just step out in obedience as the Lord leads. And I find also as I get older, I am so busy and there's so much coming at me. I don't have the energy to say, I'm going to go out and do this or that. So I need to rely on the Lord to guide me because I think He's put this desire to write on my heart. So I just want to live in obedience to that, regardless of the outcome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Mhm.
I find that for myself, and certainly talking to many, many writers across the country, that they feel that it's a call that's been
Mhm.
birthed inside of them, and whether it's for one's own reflection, for your own therapy, if you will,
Mhm.
for your own personal reasons to be writing, but sometimes too, then he, opens a pathway so that our words can impact other people, and help them have some kind of clarity or encouragement or whatever the case might be. So,
Yes. Yes, whether that's 5 people or 50. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. It's about obedience for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, it's been really lovely talking to you today. I hope to talk to you again sometime.
Yes,
And
thank you so much.
it's exciting that we have this new anthology coming out. Again, it's called Creativity and Chaos, Artistic Endeavors for Trying Times. And there are just some fantastic articles, poems, short stories, some fun sort of humorous pieces. There's a really nice variety in the anthology. And of course, we're happy to have Michelle Strutzenberger as part of our contributing authors. And so thank you again, Michelle, for joining me today. And we'll maybe talk again.